What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hold the Phone podcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm joined by my co-host, Ryan. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good. I'm excited for this week. It's the week of the draft and the week of Endgame. I've been waiting for this week for months, honestly.
I couldn't agree more. It's a huge week, both in entertainment and sports.
For sure. Did you want to jump into some league news?
Yeah, we can. What you got?
Well, it's been kind of dry lately, honestly, especially this weekend. Nothing really happened this weekend at all. But I woke up to a notification that my Buffalo Bills have signed former Jacksonville Jaguar running back T.J. Yeldon. I think it's a pretty good signing. People are now starting to question whether the Bills are going to move LaShawn McCoy. I think they should keep him, honestly. He's a great influence, and he's one of Josh Allen's best friends on the team. What do you think about the T.J. Yeldon signing, and what do you think they should do with LaShawn McCoy?
I love the signing. Do we know? Was it just a 1-year deal?
2-year, which is funny because we haven't been committing to any of our free agent signings at all. All of them have been 1-year deals. So I was shocked he got a 2-year deal.
Well, you got to think Yeldon's young. He's 26 or 27, so it makes sense. And I think he's really good. He's a good. I agree with you. I think they should keep LaShawn. I don't see any have him as the starter. We know LaShawn McCoy is injury prone, just because he's getting up there in age. And have Yeldon back him up. I think it's going to be a good 1-2 combo punch. And Yeldon's also a really good receiver out of the backfield, so I like it a lot.
I do too. And one interesting thing to point out is that after 2019, TJ Yeldon will be the only running back on the Bills roster under contract. LaShawn McCoy's contract expires this year, and Frank Gore's 1-year deal does as well. And Frank Gore might actually retire after his year in Buffalo. We don't know yet. But after 2019, T.J. Yeldon will be the only Bill still on contract.
That's crazy.
So I think, other than the Falcons signing J.J. Wilcox this afternoon, there's not really any big news. They got some good backup safety depth, but other than that, nothing really important has gone on since we last saw you guys.
One thing that just happened literally 10 minutes ago is that Peyton Manning has officially turned down the Monday Night Football job, according to ProSports.com. I don't know. But it looks like we won't have Peyton Manning in the booth on Mondays.
I'm kind of bummed about that. Honestly, I'm still just so excited that we got rid of Jason Witten. Jason Witten, love you, mad respect for you, bro. But broadcasting's not your thing. I think now, Greg Olson's still talking about it, right?
Well, he said he's guaranteed that he's going to come back for this year, and they're not going to wait a year, so I don't really know what's going on.
Well, who's someone else that you'd like to see in that role?
My dream is Pat McAfee, but I don't think it will ever happen. Somebody else. Who is the guy? No, they wouldn't give it to him. Also, don't think.
You think I got somebody in mind?
Who do you have?
This might be some Buffalo bias, but I want to go with my guy Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams is just freshly retired out of Buffalo, and you could tell he was already itching to get back into football. He was broadcasting at the NFL Combine back in March. I think he'd be a great fit, great speaker, unlike my man Jason Witten, and he'd be kind of a fresh set of eyes in Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think. He played defensive line, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, defensive tackle.
Yeah, that'd be cool to have a defensive lineman in there. Another guy that I never think they would ever pick, but Steve Smith, the ex-Carolina Panthers wide receiver and Baltimore Ravens, I think he'd be interesting, but I don't know if he'd ever want to do it.
Well, he's on NFL Network a lot, so I think that there's definitely some interest there. I'd love to see, honestly, all three of these guys that we mentioned, between Pat McAfee, Steve Smith, and Kyle Williams, I think all three of those guys would be great selections, and I'd love to listen to them on Monday nights.
Yeah, just hope they don't give us anybody boring.
Honestly, I don't think they can give us anybody worse than Witten. In my opinion. I think it'll be an improvement no matter who they give us. I'm really bashing Jason Witten today. I'm really sorry about that.
No, you're good. It's worth it.
Well, all right, guys. Do you want to jump into the kind of re-mock draft?
Yeah, I'm good.
So, guys, just to give you some backup knowledge on this, a thing came out last night that the Arizona Cardinals are considering not taking Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray with the first overall pick, which, if you haven't been keeping track of the draft so far, that would completely alter the draft because it kind of alters the strategy of both the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets, who hold the second and third pick. So we're just going to go do a quick top 10 redraft. So I guess if they're not going to take Kyler, my money is that they would take Nick Bosa, brother of Joey Bosa out of Ohio State. I think it'd be a great pick for them. They could honestly go either way, but it looks like they're leaning towards, I'm doing my finger quoting, it looks like they're leaning towards Nick Bosa. I still think they're just trying to throw everyone off their scent by picking Kyler, but I think for the purpose of this, we're going to say that they picked Bosa. So, all right, Alex, you're on the clock with the second pick. What are you doing? You taking Quentin Williams, Josh Allen, someone else, or you trading it?
I mean, what I think realistically they do is probably trade it to whoever the highest bidder is. Somebody like the Miami Dolphins or, I don't know, Denver Broncos, somebody like that. But for the sake of our mock draft, I will have them take Quentin Williams, defensive tackle, with the second overall pick from Alabama.
Excellent pick, man. I think he'd be great next to DeForest Buckner, and I think he'd look good with Solomon Thomas as well. Well, I guess I'll take the Jets pick at 3. I might get a little spicy. Instead of taking Josh Allen, who I think the Jets have really the hots for, just to be interesting, I'm going to trade out of the first round because the Jets do need some draft capital. Washington Redskins.
Okay.
They're going to switch first round picks and give me some love elsewhere in the draft. So with the Redskins pick, I will take Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray would be a great pick for the Redskins. I think he'd give like an infusion of youth for a team that, for the most part, is kind of bland in my mind. And this would also give them an opportunity to move on from Alex Smith, who we're all praying heals eventually, and maybe possibly trade Case Keenum.
Yeah, I like it. With the 4th overall pick, the Oakland Raiders are going to try and replace Khalil Mack by taking Josh Allen. And I don't think he will replace Khalil Mack, but maybe he could. Who knows?
That was a great pick. I don't know if Josh Allen could play at Khalil Mack level, but Josh Allen's definitely going to be special in the NFL, both on the Bills and I guess now on the Raiders.
Yep.
I had to sneak that in there.
You're good.
And the 5th pick, I'm blanking. Who has the 5th pick?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's right. Oh, sorry. No, I was like, are you sure? I thought they had the 6th pick. The Giants had the 6th pick. All right, with the 5th pick, I'm going to stick with the pick that you made last week. I'm going to stick with Devin White. I really like that fit, honestly, in the Bruce Arians defense. I think that'll be really cool. I'm going with Devin White.
Yeah, I love that pick for the Bucs. I mean, I hate it because I'm a Panthers fan, but it makes sense.
He's going to do well. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Number 6.
The Giants, they're going to take their quarterback in Dwayne Haskins. I don't think it's a good idea, especially because reports have come out that they like Daniel Jones more, which I think is a huge mistake. I don't know why they're not trying to trade for Josh Allen, Josh Rosen. But whatever, they're going to take Dwayne Haskins with the 6th overall pick and hopefully have him as the franchise quarterback that they need.
All right, number 7, I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ooh, where do I go with this one? I could go with Jawan Taylor. I could go with Rashawn Gary. I could trade. But in the end, I do think that the smartest move for the Jags would to keep their build on their offensive line. I'm going to take Jawan Taylor out of Florida. I think he's probably the best offensive lineman in this draft. I think he's the most pro-ready. I just think he'll be a great fit for the Jags.
With number 8, the Detroit Lions are going to take. Ooh, let me think about it. There's a lot of options. They're going to take cornerback Greedy Williams from LSU. A little bit high, but
Whoa,
they're going to take him. Yep.
that was a spicy pick, Alex, and I love it.
It's going to happen, I'm telling you. Calling it right now.
I mean, I love Greedy Williams, but they're saying that he's mid-20s. But I love the pick. I think that the Lions that would kind of complete their secondary almost. I like that pick a lot, actually, in terms of like roster need. But
yeah, I mean, I could see them going corner. I don't know if it'll be Greedy, but I mean, I don't know. It's our top 10 mock draft. Might as well spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, I love it. So number 9, I've got my own team in the Buffalo Bills. You know what? Hold on. I gotta find a trade partner. Oh, you know what I could do? I'll give you some love, Alex. I'm going to trade the 9th pick to the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, who are the Panthers going to take?
Carolina. I already know who they're going to pick. They're going to pick your boy Ed Oliver out of Houston. They need it so badly, and he's going to fit so well in that Ron Rivera scheme right next to Don Terry Poe. It's going to be great.
I would be so happy. And with the final pick of the top 10, the Denver Broncos are going to take offensive tackle Jonah Williams from Alabama. Try and protect whatever quarterback they have. Who is it? Flacco? Yeah.
Yeah, Flacco for now. I like that. I thought you were going to go quarterback. You like to kind of pull the trigger on the quarterback. So I thought you were going to say like Drew Lock or Daniel Jones. But I like Jonah Williams there. I like him a lot.
I am really down on Daniel Jones. I think he is going to be a huge bust. I could be completely wrong. I just don't. And it's not even because he went to Duke. It's just I don't think he's that good. Just like so many reports are coming out that the Panthers are going to take Will Grier on day 2. And I'm just like, all right, I mean, whatever. I guess we need a backup quarterback. Plus, he's from North Carolina, so it kind of makes sense. But last thing before we wrap up our draft, what's one player that you think is like a really late player, like a 5th, 6th rounder that you think could go super high, like 2nd round maybe?
I'm going to go home here. I'm going to go to UVA. I think I'm really high on safety Juan Thornhill. He's honestly super underrated, and I think he's one of the best safeties in this class. I've watched him play at UVA for years. He's a great guy, great player. I think he'll make an immediate impact on whatever team drafts him. Another player that I think is going to be a super stud is actually someone who went to high school with my best friend, and that is Gary Jennings, wide receiver out of West Virginia. Will Grier's favorite target. Yeah, Will Grier's favorite target. Gary's a super speedy guy, and he can play just about any formation you want him to at wide receiver. I like the pick a lot.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a sleeper. Like, he could come out of nowhere and be a stud. I really like how he plays. The one that I have is he's a cornerback, Lonnie Johnson Jr. from Kentucky, just because he's huge. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. So, like, if he is fast at all, that 6'3" height is crazy for a corner. And I don't know. I just think he has potential to be really good. Plus, he's a senior, so he's played a lot of football. I mean, that doesn't really make sense. That's more of a basketball thing, but I don't know what I'm saying.
No, I mean, there's definitely, experience factor, you know? Yeah. I think it's more prevalent for football than it is basketball, honestly, because, these younger guys declaring for the draft should have little to no starting experience. I don't know. I immediately think of the Bills' second first-round pick last year in Tremaine Edmonds. Although he's a super athletic freak, you could definitely tell that it took a while for the game to really slow down for him.
Yeah, but he's going to be a stud, dude. He's so young.
Oh, I know. He just turned 21. And I think he's turning 21 at the 1st of May.
Yeah.
He's super young. I love it. But no, Tremaine's a great player. I'm just saying that the experience definitely does play into it, though. So I think you're right on that. That might be a really good pickup for whatever team drafts Josh Allen, honestly, because they played together in Kentucky.
Yeah. boost the chemistry.
For sure. Do you want to jump into some divisional picks?
Yeah, we can.
All right, so let's start in your division. Who do you think will be the best team in 2019 in the the NFC South?
My heart says the Panthers, but unless there's an injury to Drew Brees, I believe it's going to be the Saints again. I mean, they've lost some people, like they lost Ingram, but I mean, even if Drew Brees went down, they'd still be mediocre. They'd probably go 8-8 with Teddy Bridgewater. They're just such a beast, and the Panthers are. I don't think the Falcons are going to be good at all. I really don't think they're going to be garbage again.
I agree.
Same with the Bucks. I think the Bucks will be a little bit better. I think they'll probably go 8-8. The Panthers were either going to go 4-12 or 10-6 probably. So I don't know. I think it's the Saints. I think two teams make the playoffs though. I think the Saints win the division, and then another one, either us or the Bucks, sneak in with the wild card.
I'm going to be boring here, and I'm going to completely agree with you. I think that the Saints are in perfect position to reclaim or not reclaim, because I mean they never let it go, but just regain the divisional title. I don't think, no offense, but I don't think anyone in that division did enough to conquer the Saints this year in the offseason. I just don't think there wasn't a super strong signing by any team, so I wasn't super impressed.
Yeah.
I did like the Chris Hogan signing by you guys. That was a really good pickup. Obviously, we still have the draft ahead, but I still don't think that anyone's really stopping the Saints this year. Now, I do think that you guys will have at least a playoff contention season this year. I don't know if you guys will make it. I hope you do, fingers crossed, but I think you guys are definitely going to compete for a wild card spot.
Now, if Carolina goes ahead and signs Ndamukong Suh, then we can have another discussion, but who knows if that'll ever happen. I don't even know.
That would be super nice.
I haven't heard anything about him even getting signed. So.
Really? Yeah. I mean, he's been super quiet this offseason. Like, I saw him visit, I don't know whether it was the Jets or the Giants, but I saw him outside of MetLife about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But other than that, like, I haven't heard anything from him.
Nope.
But, yeah, that would be a huge signing for you guys. Well, let's move on to the AFC South. Who do you think will be the best team in that division?
AFC South. I don't think I have the right division in my head, so I don't want to be wrong. Hang on.
That's Colts, Texans, Jags.
Okay,
Titans.
So I did have the right division. I was about to say I think the Colts are going to win it, but I was like, let me make sure.
No, you're good, dude.
Yeah, I think the Colts are going to probably run away with this. The Texans just have no offensive line. The Titans are interesting to me. But I think Mariota has maybe just like 1 or 2 more seasons before they're like, all right, we got to sit down and seriously think about moving on. Just because I think he puts a serious cap on this team. I just love what the Colts are doing. They started the season off so bad last year, and now they're making a push at a title. We'll see.
No, I love it a lot. Frank Reich and Andrew Luck, that is a match made in heaven. I was going to say the Colts as well. I could see the Texans bidding for a wild card spot, though. I don't know about the Titans. The Titans have always been kind of shaky to me. I don't like it. Kind of like with the Panthers, they didn't do enough in this offseason to really like impress me to say that they deserve a wild card spot, even though they did compete for one this last year in 2018. They barely missed it. The Colts got the edge in the last second, but I don't think they have enough to do it this year. I'm going to go with Colts and then Texans maybe fighting for a wild card spot.
Yep.
All right, NFC West. So Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, Cardinals. Who you got?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say the 49ers. I think with a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo, the Rams are definitely going to have a setback this season, and I think that the 49ers, they draft a wide receiver, they get some more defensive help, and they can make a push if Garoppolo can stay healthy. And yeah.
I like it. I am going to be a little boring here. I'm going to stick with the Los Angeles Rams. I think they end up re-signing Ndamukong Suh. I think he ends up returning to the Rams.
No, okay.
But Wait, what?
Sorry, before you say that, I was literally just Googling him because I wanted to know if anybody had any news, and one of the top headlines was that the GM for the Rams said that it's very unlikely that he resigns.
Oh, dang. Well, I rescind that.
Sorry, I just didn't want you to go off on a tangent about him, and I'm like, he might not resign.
No, you're good. I mean, I'd like to hear about it. I'm really curious to see where he lands. I still think there's a possibility he ends up with the Jets, which would be my worst nightmare. But because I thought I got him out of the division when he left Miami. But anyways, whoever they sign, I think they're going to get someone to bolster that defensive line next to Aaron Donald. But there's still a lot of good pieces here, man. Like, I know a lot of people left, but a lot of people came in too. Like, they got Eric Weddle, Clay Matthews. They have that same receiving core. Cooper Kupp's coming off that ACL injury. So they'll have him back. They'll have time to figure out the whole Todd Gurley situation, and I just really like them. But I am super high on the 49ers as well, especially with that defense that they built this offseason. I think 49ers are a guaranteed lock at playoffs if they can stay healthy. Now, whether that's winning the division or being a wild card is yet to be determined.
True.
All right. Let's move on to the AFC West. Who you got?
Make it quick. We're going to go with the Chargers. I think the Chiefs lost way too many people this offseason. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is a beast, but he can't do it by himself. And the Chargers they should literally be contending for a Super Bowl every season with how good that team is. And for some reason, they just choke in the playoffs every year. I hope that this year they can get over the hump and win the division, get some sort of home field advantage, even though they're playing in that terrible soccer stadium again this year. But maybe the powder blue uniforms will give them a boost.
It's the last year in the soccer stadium, though, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I know they lost a crap ton of players, but one thing that is I don't know what I'm trying to say. One thing that the Chiefs' strong suit is drafting. They're super good at drafting young players. I say they have a really great draft and fill like almost all their needs that they lost. Well, it also depends on if they let Tyreek Hill go, which I think would be really dumb. But I'm going to say the Chiefs. I think the Chargers will be a playoff team this year in the wild card spot, but I can't see them actually winning the division. But all right, keeping it quick, let's go NFC North. Who you got?
Oh, this is a tough one for me because there's there's a lot of good teams. I mean, Minnesota could easily win it. Chicago, who knows? I'm still weary on Mitchell Trubisky. Don't know about him. But you know what? I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. I think he gets back, he's healthy, and he somehow ends up winning the division maybe at like a 10-6.
I like it. Every power of my being wants to say the Detroit Lions because they've had a monstrous offseason this year.
It's not gonna
they had an excellent free agency period, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them this year. Maybe in 2020, but not this year. The Bears, because I still like a lot of their moves that they did, bringing in HaHa Clinton-Dix, Mike, what's his face, the former Seattle Seahawks running back.
Mike Davis.
Thank you. Couldn't think of the last name. Mike Davis. I don't know. I mean, they didn't lose a lot of people, and they only rounded out their offense and added depth. So I like it a lot. I'm gonna stick with the Bears. All right, AFC North. Who you got?
AFC North. Why?
It's Steelers, Browns, Ravens,
okay,
Bengals.
So everybody wants the Browns to be the division championship, but it's not going to happen. The Steelers, they got the toxicness out of the locker room. They're going to come out 11-5. They're going to win the division.
See, I am pro Browns. I think it's 100% going to happen. I think there's no way that the Browns win any less than 10 games this year. You have to, man. OBJ and Jarvis.
No. I didn't say I don't want it to happen. I just don't think it will.
I know, but I think they're going to be a matchup trouble for just about every team in the league. I think Antonio Callaway is going to have a breakout year because everyone's going to be too busy guarding OBJ and Juice.
OBJ's got to stay healthy.
Callaway's a speedster.
OBJ
What'd you say?
has to stay healthy, man. He gets injured. He's gotten injured like the last 3 seasons. If he can stay healthy the whole year, I agree. I think they win the division, but I don't know. Plus, Freddie Kitchens has a lot to show me.
That's true. I'll give you that. But also, one thing to note is that I feel like the Giants just tried to overwork and overdo OBJ. I feel like he'll have a more relaxed role at Cleveland. Uh, Baker Mayfield's got the easiest job in the world right now. It's literally like he's got 3 great receivers, a pretty decent tight end, and 3 of the best running backs in the game behind him, with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and obviously the really good pass-catching back, Duke Johnson. I think he's honestly just going to play a game with whoever's open. And I think that'll really help OBJ because, I mean, like, if he's not open, he's not going to have to force catches. It'll just go to Juice or Callaway or Njoku. But anyways, keeping it quick, let's go to the last division in the NFC. NFC East. So you got, this is a really interesting one because it's a toss-up every year.
It's so hard, man. But honestly, it's so difficult. I can't decide if I want the Eagles or the Cowboys because I think the Redskins and Giants are going to probably be 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys win the division.
I like it. The Cowboys have had virtually no offseason, but I like it. They didn't lose a lot. They didn't gain a lot. But they were still a wild card team last year. No, they won the division last year. My bad. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I like the pieces they've added on defense, getting Malik Jackson, re-signing Ronald Darby, getting Deshaun Jackson on offense. I think that'll be huge. And kind of clearing the air with Carson Wentz, kind of, just, I don't know, with this, pouring in the confidence, like there's no more question anymore. There's no question whether they're going to move on and go to Nick Foles. They've selected. They're saying Carson Wentz is our guy, and I think that's going to be a big confidence boost for Carson. And, I mean, if he could stay healthy, he's going to be a beast. I mean, when he could stay healthy, he was an MVP in 2017. Well, he wasn't the MVP, but he should have been.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, last division in football. My division. Let's go to the AFC. Who you got?
So, I hate to do this to you, Ryan, but I do think this is going to be one of the toughest divisions. I really do. I think the Bills have made huge strides. The Dolphins are going to be terrible. They're going to be lucky to win 3 games.
New Browns.
Dude, seriously. Yeah, but I think the Patriots get it done. I've looked at their schedule like 5 times now, just because I like to look at the schedules, and I don't see them losing more than 5 games. They'll probably drop 1 to you, 1 to the Jets, and then I don't see them losing more than 5. So, yeah, I think the Patriots steal the division away, and the Bills and Jets are a couple years out.
I like it, man. I'm honestly honored that you think that we could win a game against them.
I do. I really do.
You better get your hot take machine ready because I'm about to drop one.
Oh,
Not really. I think the Patriots are going to win the division. I think this is one of the last years it's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen this year. I do think, however, Buffalo is going to be a playoff team.
Come on.
I'm knocking on like every kind of wood I can find right now. Like I honestly, can I give you a really hot take?
Please.
There is a big chance. I know it's not going to happen because every team has flaws. Every team messes up here and there. But have you seen the initial half of our season? The first half of our season is amazing. I'll just walk you through it. All right, so I think that the Bills can go 7-0 in the first 8 weeks.
All right, give it to me. I'll tell you if they're wins or losses. Let's do it.
All right, so we start out the season, back-to-back games at MetLife. We play the Jets, which is going to be a tough game. Le'Veon's first game with gangrene.
All right, you're 1-1. If it's the Jets and the Giants, you lose to the Jets, you beat the Giants.
Yeah, I think we have a chance of beating the Jets.
I think you do too. I just don't think you do. And well, actually, I take that back. I think you start 2-0 because Le'Veon Bell is not going to be in game shape by that first game. I think you win both.
Well, I've been working up on this, so let me just go off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sean McDermott, in his career, is 3-1 against teams coached by Adam Gase. Adam Gase is the new head coach of the Jets. And the only one loss that he has is a game that should have been won, but Charles Clay dropped the game-winning touchdown pass in the end zone. So he should be 4-0 against teams coached by Adam Gase. Le'Veon Bell hasn't played in a year, and he's going from playing behind one of the best offensive lines in the game to one of the worst. The Jets' offensive line has a lot to be desired, and I don't know, man. Honestly, and my last thing that I want to say about this is last year, the Jets had a better roster than us, an easier schedule than us, and they still couldn't win as many games as us. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, so
I like it.
Moving on. I'm confident. I think we could beat the Jets. I think it'll be a tough one, though. I think it might come down to the wire, but I think we could beat them. I think it'll be the same way week 2 against the Giants. Containing Saquon Barkley is going to be a huge struggle, but I mean, depending on who's at quarterback, Eli makes a lot of mistakes. A rookie will probably make a lot of mistakes. Our secondary is one of the best in the league, honestly, with Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, and Jordan Poyer. So I think that we maybe pull that one out. Then we go home to play the Cincinnati Bengals, which I think will be an interesting game, but I think we'll come out on top. Then we play the Patriots, which is going to be the hardest game in that stretch. At home, though. And if that's our best shot at winning, honestly, we'll be, in my mind, we'll be 3-0. We'll be really confident. I think that the Patriots will still be trying to put all the pieces together with how much they've lost this offseason. I think that we have a shot of winning. If we beat the Patriots this year, it's going to be a night game. I don't think we're going to beat them in Foxborough week 16. But anyways, after that, we go to Tennessee to play the Titans, which is going to be a super tough game. But if we can win that, we're golden, because after that is bye week. And then after that, we play the Miami Dolphins, which is going to be at home, which is going to be an easy win. Which I just realized that doesn't add up to 7-0, that adds up to 6-0. But you know what I'm saying. We're going to be 6-0. That's my hot take.
Ryan, if y'all go 6-0, dude, I will. First of all, I'll be so happy for you, but there's no shot. You're gonna drop.
I know it's a long shot, but those are all winnable games.
They're all winnable, but you're gonna drop at least one of those. Come on now. Who's your top wide receiver?
We have a few. We have John Brown, Cole Beasley, Zay Jones, who had a great 2018.
Okay, the fact that
and
you just
maybe a rookie.
Hang on. Let's go back. The fact that you just called Cole Beasley as a number 1 wide receiver is the hottest take I think I've ever heard in my life.
No, I mean, he's one of the best on our roster.
Okay, there we go. But who's the number 1?
Yeah. I guess number 1 overall would be
probably Zay Jones, right? No, probably John Brown.
Yeah, John Brown, who is the supposed deep threat. Cole Beasley, who's one of the best slot wide receivers in the game.
Okay, I'll give you 4 and 2.
I'd honestly be happy with that. I think the likeliness of us dropping one in MetLife is huge. Whether it's to the Jets or the Giants, I don't know. I think we'll definitely lose to the Patriots. So I'd be happy with 4 and 2.
Dude, if I'm you and a Bills fan, I'd be thrilled with 4 and 2 through 6 games.
I mean, that'd be almost our entire win total for 2018, honestly. But I mean, I told you it's a hot take. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd love to see it happen, but that's my hot take. I think those are all winnable games for the Bills. I think they could pull it out, but that's my hot take of the evening.
It's okay. I think the Panthers probably start off really bad.
Well, I don't know. You guys have a really good pattern of being really crappy in the odd or the even number years, but really good in the odd numbers years. So. Yeah, maybe 2019 will be your year.
We either do terrible or we make the playoffs. Yeah, that's basically how it goes. Did you have anything else for this episode?
Not really. I think this was actually longer than we initially intended, but that's okay. That's more content for you guys. But as you can tell, I'm really hyped up about Buffalo's schedule and really hyped up about the draft. So we'll be coming at you guys next week with a whole bunch of stuff to go over. Basically recapping the entire draft. Thank you for listening again, and come back next week.
Yeah, y'all have a good rest of your week.